first, can we talk about the fit first? Hold on. Can we talk about the fit? Y'all see the shoes? Y'all see, let me, hold on. Y'all see the fit? Y'all see the fit? Shoe fit vibe. Today has been a long day. Okay, I'm gonna just say that. And I'm gonna also say, hello everyone, my name is Zaria. You guys are the ZW gang. If you didn't know, baby, now you know. And for today's video, y'all, sit down, grab some snacks, grab some popcorn, grab some, yo boo, do some work, do some homework, study, be productive, 1, 2, 3, release them, just do, do whatever you gotta do. But sit down and watch this video because this is directed towards I know y'all watching, and I know some people need to hear this. A lot of people need to hear this, okay? But for today's video, I will be doing a end of the semester tips and advice, tricks, flips, backflips, boom, boom, bow video. I have my iPad out right now. This means that it's gonna get serious, okay? I'm doing this in like a podcast style. This is my first ever time sitting down and talking to y'all. I usually do vlogs, so I hope y'all really enjoy this video. Before we get started, please subscribe, please like, please share this with anybody else that you know who might care to listen to this advice, because I feel like this is important, and I feel like not a lot of people talk about the things I'm about to talk about. Like I said, grab your friends, send it to your friends, sit down, listen, take notes, grab a notebook, because I took my hard time trying to make this list to make sure that I hit most of the points that I be thinking about, okay? For this video, I'm talking about my end semester tips, advice, and everything. I even talked to other people to see what they had to say about their semester and advice that they could give to you. So it's not just coming from me, it's coming from like other resources. So this is what other people are saying, so y'all really need to listen, okay? Before I get started, y'all, it's currently 12:02. Our last day is tomorrow. Our last day of class is tomorrow, and I just finished my major project 3 for English, and it was basically a podcast YouTube video. I don't want to speak too much about that because I do have future plans for a podcast, and I spent so much time talking, and I just got finished with it, and your girl's tired. But that's not about to stop me from talking to y'all, because this is actually going out to people, and I want y'all to hear me clearly when I say this, okay? But I'm just saying, y'all, I'm tired for real, because I just spent all that time talking about some serious subjects, and I hope I get an A. I hope I get an A, because I really put my hard-earned money into it. But anyways, our last day is tomorrow, y'all. And this is everything that I have gathered throughout my semester. My first semester I've completed. Yay! Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I finally completed my first semester of college as a freshman, and this is what I got to say, okay? This is what I got to say. So y'all ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, anyways, y'all, it's too late. It's too late. It's 12 o'clock. I'm tripping. Okay, y'all. So the first piece of advice that I have, and this is gonna sound cliche, but you gotta listen. Give yourself grace, okay? Like I said, I have my iPad of notes, so I'm not playing. Give yourself grace. I want to talk about transitioning into college specifically. I want you to know that your freshman year, first semester, this is the first ever time you've experienced college. College is completely different from high school. You're working towards your career and your lifestyle instead of just getting a diploma, instead of just doing your homework, doing your math work. Like this time, you're actually working for a career. So this is a completely different change, transition, environment, adaptation, whatever you want to call it. Give yourself grace when it comes to that, because this is your first time ever experiencing something like this in 18 years. Yes, you've been in elementary, middle, and high school. Same thing, whatever, cliche, blah, blah, blah. It repeats. But college is something completely different. It requires more than just academics. It requires mindset, personal aspect, everything. So give yourself grace. I want to say that first, okay? I feel like that's important to start with before I go into anything else. That's my first tip. That's my first tip of advice. My second thing that I'm going to talk about is residential halls, okay? First of all, I just want to say I go to Ohio State, okay? If you don't know, I go to Ohio State. You can see by my merch and my vlogs. Go watch it if you haven't. You can see I go to Ohio State. I live in a dorm residential hall where I have 12 people in my dorm. 12 people. I live with 12 other girls, and that's in my room. On my floor, so many people on my floor, so many people in this tower. First, be communicative when it comes to having roommates, especially when you have a lot of roommates. Talk to your roommates, even if it's just little small talk. Say hi. I feel like a lot of things people be feeling like, oh, I have a problem, so I'm gonna say it, and it's usually with a negative connotation around it. But I feel like talking to someone about how you feel is not a bad thing unless you make it a bad thing. So if you feel a certain way, talk to your roommates and be respectful when you do it. Be open to perspectives as well when you're talking to your roommates, because you are talking to a lot of different people. Mind you, like I said, this is a whole different transition. So you got a bunch of different people, different environment growing up, ways of living, all of that. So you have to be open to different perspectives. That is so important, guys. And I think y'all, I feel like that's what a lot of people be missing, is like other people's perspectives. Be open to what other people have experienced, lived, and maybe the habits they've created because of it. Not everybody is like you. Not everybody's gonna know what you know. Not everybody's gonna have common sense. Okay? So be open to perspective, especially when it comes to talking to your roommates. Set those boundaries off the bat. I feel like a lot of people hear this a lot. Boundaries are so important with anything, but especially when you're living with somebody. You went from living at your mother's house, having those rules, doing what you got to do, to now making a living space for you and the people you live with. I live in a room with 4 girls. Like, the room that I sleep in is 4 girls in there. I have a quad, and then I have the suite mates, which is like the other girls. But the people I sleep with are 3 other girls. I have to make sure that my boundaries are set straight off the bat. That doesn't mean, oh, I need it this way, but I know my values and I know my morals. So I know what to start off with and be like, hey guys, this is how I be living. Just to let y'all know, this is just something that can't be changed. The boundary just can't be crossed. That doesn't mean ignore your other roommates' boundaries as well. It goes both ways. So boundaries are important. Start it off at the bat, because if you do it too late, it can create conflict. And if you know, just say it. If you know your boundary, just say it. And if a boundary comes up that you didn't know was a boundary, say it. If you don't want to be friends with your roommates, you still can be cordial. You do not have to be friends with the people that you live with, but it is important to at least be cordial with your roommates, because you do live with them. You hear a lot of people talking about how their roommate experience was bad. Yes, in some cases, like, of course, you have a bad roommate, whatever, but it's not all that bad, guys. I feel like a lot of people put that in. That's like something that people worry about when coming to college. As long as you listen to what I'm saying, and also find some other advice if you need it, and just go with what your heart is telling you, you'll be okay. Especially if you're respectful about it and you are open to perspective and communicate with your roommates or your roommate. Push come to shove, change your room. You can just do a room request. And it's easy. It's like that. It's simple as pie. Switch your room. If you don't like your roommate, if you can't live with your roommate, switch your room and get a new one. It's that simple. It don't got to be that big of a deal, because once you make it a big of a deal, then that doesn't just distract you from where you live, because you sleep there, mind you. So now you don't even want to go home. It distracts you from everything. So just change your room. It's never that deep. #solo, so I'm going to say. No? Okay. Number 3, balancing social life versus academic life. Don't overwork yourself when it comes to academics. I feel like that's with anything. Overworking too much of something can cause it to be really stressful. But make time for something fun to do, or something that you like to do, whether that's reading, singing, walking, whatever you do. Do something that's fun, and don't just overwork yourself with academics. If you overwork yourself with academics, y'all, then that can cause so much stress in your life. It can make you kind of resent what you do and make you not want to work and do your homework and do stuff like that, which then causes you to spiral into this whole conundrum of procrastination, failing, all of that. So make sure you leave room for something fun to do. Also, realize that you're paying for college, so it is that recondite, which means deep, by the way. If you didn't know, now you know. You're paying for college. You're paying for these classes. Even if you have scholarships, money is coming into these classes. So making sure that not only do you have that social life, but you're also prioritizing your academics. You can still have that social life, but make sure that your academics come first. But don't overwork that, because then this is going to tremble because of this, and then you're not going to have no fun. Then this is going to tremble, and then you have nothing. Okay? So realize that you're paying for your academics, and it is that deep. So prioritize your academics, but also make sure that that social life balance is appropriate. If you know what you have to do that next week, don't do too much. You can still have fun and not do drinking. I don't drink, guys. I don't do alcohol. And yes, I'm being transparent because this is college. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I don't do none of that. But I still have fun with the people that I know and my friends. So it's all about balance, okay? And if you have further questions, just contact me. Number 4, make connections. Don't be afraid to take opportunities and walk through those doors that are open for you. It helps to build your support, whether it's just for a class or for anything in general. When you go to class, y'all, talk to people, especially in a class that you might not understand, like that might be your hardest subject. Talk to those people, make connections, because you don't know what you'll get out those connections. You don't know what support system that you could build from those connections, y'all. Talk to people. Even if you're shy, bro, get out of that shell, because you could be missing opportunity after opportunity just because you chose not to talk to that person. You can get different perspectives, inspiration, motivation, advice, etc. Talk to people, okay? And you can literally start off by saying, what's your major? And then boom, end game from there. You could be like, oh, that's funny. Did you just hear what he just said? It's like, oh, yeah. He's like, hey, what's your name? I'm this. Oh, wait, so what major are you taking? Because I think I'm taking, boom, conversation. You don't know what that can lead to, y'all. So don't be afraid to make connections. Even if you think it's corny, even if you think it's like, I already got enough friends, you never know. That very connection could be what God is using that person for to help you in your life. So don't be afraid to talk to people, especially in classes that you need help in. So now y'all can study and now y'all can do this and that. Make connections. Don't miss out on opportunities. Talk in class. Ask questions, even if they're dumb. I don't care. People be like, no, if they're really dumb, like, you know not to ask. No, ask dumb questions, because like I said, it is that deep. You're working towards a career. Ask those dumb questions. Don't miss out on any opportunity, especially if you want to do it, but you're like, nah, I'm kind of scared. It's my first semester. No, do it. Even if it don't work out, try it. Number 5, you don't have to start any clubs. Let me elaborate on this. I think it is definitely promoted and is definitely inspired to start clubs, to engage and interact with your college community. I totally agree. If you can join clubs, if you want to join clubs, for sure do that. But the reason why I put this here is because I don't want people to think that it's mandatory to start a club your first semester. I know that I came out of high school doing a bunch of after-school curricular activity. Is that extracurricular after-school activities? Okay, I did everything. I danced, I did everything. And then I went to college, and then now I'm like, no, all I'm doing is work, and I'm not like doing much of like my passion per se, where I like my hobbies. But I don't think that is a bad thing for me, just because I feel like I was able to understand myself more in my stillness. Because I wasn't doing so much, I was able to navigate my personal thoughts, my challenges, and everything, which I'll get more into. Just more of like understanding how my first semester is going to go, and focus more on my routines and my academics, and make sure that's good first. So when I do go to my next semester, I'm prepared for what's going to come, because I was able to kind of learn and observe my first semester without having all those extra things to do, if that makes sense. Because like I said, I went from doing everything to just being pretty calm. This is bad to say, but like, I kind of encourage not starting any clubs for your first semester, because that could just add even more stress. Yes, some people thrive in like doing all this other stuff and having stuff on their plate, but there's also a lot of people who like, we don't even know how college is yet. You don't even know the challenges you're about to overcome yet, and what you should be prepared for yet, because you haven't done it yet. So I feel like waiting on adding stuff to your plate as far as club wise or like things like that could wait. It could wait, but it's really good to do it because you make those connections. But it's almost encouraged for me to just wait and observe and see what clubs there are. Seek out clubs, go to like events and stuff and see what they have. But just wait before you join any, and maybe be like, okay, next semester I'll do this, because you'll be cool with everything because you've experienced your first semester. So I almost encourage it. Let me give y'all a time tip. It's 12:19. I think I'm doing really good on time. I hope y'all are enjoying this video, by the way. Anyway, number 6, start a routine. Start a routine now, okay? Your routine is gonna look so much different from summer before, high school, all of that. So start a routine now. Get disciplined now. Sleep schedule. Start that right off the bat. Actually, practice it in the summertime. Make a time where you leave before every class. For example, you have your schedule and your English class starts at 1:50. Okay, every day or every time I have English, I'm going to leave at 1:30 so I can be on time to my class. Have that routine down to the T. I mean, like, very specific details, small details. So every day is not so much redundant, but you know what you're doing. It can help you be more productive, be disciplined, all of that. Get familiar with your schedule, understand your schedule, analyze your schedule, study your schedule, so you can be more in tune with what you're doing every day. And lastly, make a weekly planner. Y'all, here's my planner. And when I got my pen from my iPad, I started writing on there too. But let me just show y'all some evidence. Let me just show y'all. You see this? Every day I had something to do. This was in September, by the way. And I've been carrying this on throughout all my months. Every Sunday or Monday, whenever I got to it, I made a to-do list of my homework and what I have to do for that day. Now, of course, other things pop up throughout your day that you could write, that you might forget, whatever. When I got to that day, I would do my work, scratch it off, and by Friday, I would be done with everything. I wouldn't even have to worry for the next 2 weeks because I had that schedule and I stuck to it. That requires using your mind and your heart, okay? It takes a lot of it, but you can do it. It's possible and you're capable, trust. But make that weekly planner, because it was once hard for me too. And I'm not perfect all the time. Yes, I don't complete all the time, but make that weekly planner. Even if you don't get to it, write down everything you have to do. And if you don't get to it that day, add it to this day and do it. If you don't get to that, add it to this day and do it. And make sure for your assignments, you put it on a couple days before. So even if you don't do it that day, you still have time to do it the next. It's all about strategy. Make that to-do list, especially if you have a brain like mine where you're unorganized, you have everything racing in your mind, like all this stuff to do. Write it down. Write it down. Write it down. Yo, I'm serious. I'm so serious about this one. Like, this helped me so much, and y'all don't even understand. Like, especially coming into my final week, this was my savior. I'm gonna end it off with that. Number 7, know your personal challenges and work on them. I'm gonna give y'all an example of a challenge that I've had to overcome, or a couple. So I knew in the summertime how I was, just me personally, how I am. So I know, like, if something doesn't work out for me, I tend to let that affect every aspect of my life. And for example, like, oh, I didn't do this right, or I didn't do this in time, so now I'm just stupid or whatever, like kind of beat myself up. And it would just spiral into all aspects in my life. And then I kind of be like in this sad, dark cloud. And like, I would have to do something to get out of it. And it would just be like a repeating thing. And I knew that was a challenge for me. When I got to this semester, that was one of the main things I worked on for myself personally, because you can't do all the outside work without working within yourself as well. You can't just do homework without doing homework. You can't just understand the topic but not understand the topic. You know what I mean? So I knew that was a challenge, and I worked on that all semester because I knew if I had this challenge and I overcome it, even though there was going to be more, if I was able to create better habits with this challenge, that then my schoolwork would have a projection of positivity, because now I have this challenge that I have a better habit of. So now I don't have to worry about it. Homework, social life, everything could run more smoother because I've worked on that challenge throughout my semester. Time management. I knew coming in a semester I had to work on time management. I knew that was one thing I would have struggled with, which would have made me fail in this semester. So I focused on that too. It's all about learning you and your personal challenges and working on them actively. Not saying that it's going to be perfect, not saying that it's easy, not saying that it's going to change like that, but it takes 21 days to create a habit boost. So what are you going to do about it? Oh, okay. Number 8, self-care is important. I think I should end it off there. I'm ending it off by.
I know there's some.
I'm just kidding, guys. I went to go grab my lip gloss. Anyways, self-care is important, y'all. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Like I said, you cannot want everything and want an outcome and want goals without caring for yourself. Because if you're not in it, nothing's gonna work out. If you're not okay, how can you, the person that's not okay, do everything else? So that's why yourself should be the main priority over anything, over academics, over anything. Self-care is the main key factor. Caring for yourself, loving yourself, putting those positive affirmations, having that time to yourself is important. Doing things you like, spending time with yourself. If you can't do for you, you can't do for anything else. Self-care is important, and I should have put that as number one because I believe that's literally in anything you do. You need you to do stuff. And if you don't have you, you can't do you. You know. Y'all, I'm cooking. Please quote me. Please quote me, bro. Please quote me and then tag me because I'm really spinning facts. Number 9, y'all. This actually should be number 1. I'm lying. This actually should be number 1. Your faith. Now, I'm speaking to the people who believe in God. I'm not trying to persuade anybody to believe in what I believe. Even if you don't have a connection with him, still listen to what I'm saying because maybe you could be like, oh, shoot, like, let me try it out. I'm telling you, it'll be different. I can say throughout my semester what has grown my better habits, what has grown me academically, what has grown me personally, what has grown me in general is literally my faith and my connection with God. Every time I get closer to him, every time I learn more about him and my connection with him specifically, it's like my week is better. My week is better. I want to do better. And I think I said this in one of my vlogs. God wants you to be more in his image. And when you're working towards that, that projects into everything else in your life and you don't even realize it yet. This automatically day-to-day decisions coming from him, I already know my life gonna be great because I'm walking in his purpose and not mine. I'm going through his process and not my process. So I know whatever I'm doing is gonna be for something. It's gonna be for the promise he has for me. Pray about it before you make your decisions. Pray about it. Any tiny decision that you have to question, pray about it. And one thing that I do is avoid praying about what I want because I feel like if I pray about what I want, I could be blocking blessings of something that he has greater for me. So I do not like to ask for stuff because I want what he has for me. That's the best thing I could possibly get. That's literally for me, my promise that he has for me. So pray about it and then make your decision based off of what God is telling you, based off the vision that you have from what God is telling you, because I guarantee you that's going to get you somewhere. But if you make the decision based off of you and your mind and you exit out God completely, I don't know where that's going to take you because now you steering off a path that wasn't for you and you don't know where that could lead. So pray before you make decisions, especially in this first semester because it's such a big transition. You're going to need God, okay? You're going to need God. I'm going to leave that at that, okay? Rewind because I don't know. I think I was spinning. You might have to hear it again. Number 10, finals week. We're gonna get into finals week a little bit, y'all, because I'm currently in finals week. I have one more day before classes end on December 10th. And to be honest, I'm grateful because my classes are easier this first semester. I only have 2 exams, which is math and psychology. Psychology did really well. Math is on the 16th, so it is after classes end, but I'm in finals week right now, so I wanted to talk about this because I think a lot of people see this, especially if you're not in college. A lot of people do see this and are like, oh, shoot, like, this is what I got to look forward to. How about no? You know what I mean? So let me tell you all a little about finals week. Finals week is the final week before you end off your first semester or your semester, and you have all these final tests that determines your grades, whatever the case may be. And people be stressing out so bad. You be seeing people in library in and out, whatever. First thing, learn the study methods, okay? And I'm going to give y'all a couple. One study method I suggest is study whatever you're taking on your exam. Study that like 2 weeks before and do a little every day. So it refrains in your mind, it retains in your mind. So when you get to that last day, you know what you're doing. You know what you're talking about. Because if you like pack it in over the course of a couple days, you're not going to remember, or you're not going to remember as good as you should. So start early, study early. It is so important to start early, because then you did a little every day, didn't even take up that much time out of your day, and now you know the concept and you know the topic. And then if you don't know throughout those 2 weeks, you can ask for help on that specific thing, and by the end, when it's time for you to take your exam, you understand what you didn't understand. So get those study methods. See what works best for you specifically. You don't have to do what everybody does. You can see what works for you. Make your own study method. Utilize your resources, and that means like going to spots around campus. I go to Ohio State, so I can give you all a couple right now. Thompson is, of course, the main one because it's the main library. Everybody being there. So if you like a lot of people and you feel like you're motivated because a lot of other people are around you feel like you got to do work, go to Thompson. Hale Hall, not too many people know about that. And that's usually the quietest place, the most comfortable place. And I might be giving up the spot, my study spot, but Hale Hall has a lounge room with two big sectional couches, real comfortable. They have 2 study rooms that's like has the glass whiteboards that you can be alone with the TV projector you can use. 18th Avenue, that's like a typical one. The Union, that's a typical one. Just find places where you can study. I live in Lincoln, so we have a 15th floor. I come down here, especially when nobody's here. It's so peaceful. A lot of your residential halls are gonna have like places where you can like study and have that time. Find your spot. Find a spot. Utilize your campus, because doing it in your room doesn't always work. Study groups are important, y'all. Have somebody to study with, especially before a test or a quiz. Have somebody to study with. What else? Tutoring, ask for help. That's one thing that I didn't really do that I wish I did more. Don't overwork yourself throughout finals week. Leave that time for yourself. I can say literally, if I go to my schedule for last week, I think it was Tuesday, I had all this stuff I had to do, and I said, and before you go to sleep, do something fun. I went to go watch Zootopia 2. Like, it's little things like that. It's okay. Breathe. It's okay. You're gonna get past it. And these very challenges is what's gonna get you to be better. And that's where people give up the most, when that's where you need to be the most there. Does that make sense? People usually give up in the hardest parts, but in the hardest parts is where you thrive. In the hardest parts is where it's going to get you to where you need to be. And people don't even realize that because it's so hard. But trust me, it's brighter at the end of the tunnel. So breathe. Use your resources. Ask for help. Use your study methods. Do it early so you're not compacting and stressed out. Really important. Number 11. This is going to hit home. Financial responsibility. Who said that? Job or no job, even if you have money, you broke. Okay. Even if you have money, you're broke. And I'm not saying that in a physical, digital, cash way. I'm saying that in a mental way, okay? Being broke shouldn't be a negative thing. When I think of being broke, I'm thinking of like having a priority with financials. If I have so much money right now, all of that shouldn't be towards fast food. I don't care if I can afford fast food and still afford everything else later down the line. You're broke. Prioritize your money. Keep it in savings. You know what? In fact, in college, you don't even need to use your money because you have your dining plans. You have all the resources you need on campus. Keep that in your savings. Unless like you want to dibble dabble and do something fun here and there. Okay, cool. You can actually do whatever you want with your money, actually. I like do whatever you want. But I'm giving you my advice. Act like you're broke. And then by the end of your college experience, or at least by the end of your semester, you won't regret a thing, because the back of your mind, at least it wasn't, oh, my money, it's leaving, why? There's food on campus. You have a dining plan for a reason. Eat what's here. And I don't want to be biased or anything, but compared to like what I hear from all the other colleges, Ohio State, their food is the best. I'm not gonna lie, our food is the best. We have so many different spots on campus. Oxley's, I gained about 50 pounds. Sloopy's, the Woodies. People don't even be knowing the spots we have on campus until someone tells them. There was someone in their 4th year that didn't know about traditions and morals. This is a true story. People don't even be knowing the spots we have on campus because there's so many food spots you can use with your dining plans. Oh, also another tip, if you do get a dining plan for your first semester, my suggested one would to get Scarlet 14. If you get the unlimited swipes, it only goes towards the tradition dining halls. You just gotta like learn how to manage your swipes throughout the week, and it refreshes every Saturday. So I need more swipes because the food here is amazing, and I have not spent any money on fast food. 1, because I don't have money, and 2, because I spent all my dining dollars and Buckeye debit dollars in the beginning of the semester because, like I said, it was a new transition. I was like, oh, I can go here on High Street, get Chick-fil-A with this money. No. Because now you don't have it after the semester, when that's when you're going to probably need it the most. So be responsible with your plan. Know what you want. Read over it. Make sure that everything is what you want for yourself. Just because you want it doesn't mean get it. Pretty self-explanatory. Just because your friends are getting it, just because it's a trend, doesn't mean get it. I promise you life will be okay. I promise you. Be you. You don't got to do stuff because people do stuff. Like, just because you want it don't mean you got to get it. Look, this is how God be working. Like, you be wanting it, you spend your money on it, and you have an opportunity where you can get it for free a week later. You're like, dang, I should never spend my money. Now I'm broke, and I could have been got it. Bro, look, that's how God be working. Like, he be saying psych to us all the time. Like, food, clothes, whatever. Just because you want it, don't get it. We're on the last one. Woo! We're on the last one, guys. Number 12. My mom's going to geek because 12 is her number. Number 12, other people's advice. I wanted to add this aspect so y'all could hear other people and their perspectives on how they experience. Basically, what I asked them is, what did y'all learn from this semester that y'all will carry through next semester to succeed? I'm just going to read down the list what everybody said and like talk about some of them. I asked like about 12 people, about 15 people. So listen to this right here because this is what they think. Be open to everything. That means try new things. Don't be scared because you never tried it. Don't be picky. Be open to everything. Go to class. Now, this one I should have put tally marks on because everybody was saying go to class. I can kind of vouch on that. Like, even if it's a lecture and they don't take attendance, if they don't take attendance for your stuff, still go to class because you don't know what help or what you could be missing out on. And it's just like, go to class. You have nothing else to do. You live on campus. You have no other plans but to do your work, basically, unless, you got a doctor's appointment or something. Just go to class. Because that's the whole point. Go to class. You have nothing else to do. Don't waste your time. And then if you go to class all through your like first couple months, by the end of the semester, when it's your last couple weeks, if you miss like a class or two, or you're like, oh, it's the last day, so I don't really need to go, you're okay because you never missed class in the beginning. And I wish I did that. But I kind of spread it throughout my semester, which I could have just waited until the end. So I'd just be like, oh, I'm not going to come to class today. Be like, oh, it's you cool because you haven't, you've been coming to class every single day. So go to class. Write down everything you have to do, even if it's the tiniest little thing, just so you can remember. Write down everything. It helps you organize your brain. Time management, someone said. I do want to say, because I did not touch up on this a lot, y'all, since I live in a dorm or a residential hall with so many people, and since we're all like such a just cute little community and we all bond and love each other, we do stay up really late. And like the amount of conversation we have and deep conversations we have lead us to go to sleep late, especially because we be watching movies and stuff. That's not always the best, okay? And I had to learn the hard way. And what I mean by that is I would stay up because we were doing like this movie marathon where we would watch Halloween movies all the way up until Halloween. And I would stay up really late and then be really tired the next day. And it would kind of make me dread my days. And then I got to a point, which this is because of God, I got to the point where I was like, girl, no, you're gonna go to sleep at 10 o'clock. You're gonna be in the bed at 10. And one day I was sitting in the room, we was all talking. He was like, guys, I'm going to sleep. And they thought something was wrong with me. But no, boo. I something snapped in my head. I'm like, I think it's because I turned 19. I think it's because another brain cell grew. But I was like, guys, I'm going to sleep. And I went to sleep. And ever since then, I've been going to sleep at a decent time. And I know y'all probably going to mention that it's 12 o'clock. But we're not going to mind that, okay? It's my last day. It doesn't even matter. I know you want to talk to your friends. I know you don't want to miss out. I know there's great conversations. I know y'all be watching movies. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. You'll have time to do that over the weekends when you don't have class. Just go to sleep, okay? You're not really missing anything. Yes, I love my friends and I love my roommates. You're not missing anything. So time management, go to sleep, wake up at a good time. Don't just sleep in over on the weekends because now you're gonna mess up your sleep schedule. Just pay attention to those little details. It's never too late to make connections, even if it's at the end of the semester and you never talk to this one girl in your class, and then one day you're just like, oh, I want to talk to her, and it's like you're about to end the semester, so why would you talk to her? No, go talk to her, because you don't know. It's never too late to talk to people, to make connections. Don't do anything in your bed. So literally keep your bed for sleeping, so you know that when you're in your bed, you just sleep. That can also help you with your sleep schedule. So don't do work in there, don't eat in there, don't watch stuff in there. Like, keep your bed for sleeping. So when you lay down, you're programmed to just go to sleep. Because then now, if you do work in your bed, now you sleeping on your work because your bed is for sleep. Literally keep your bed just for sleeping. Find something to do. Sit in the living room. Sit somewhere. I don't know. But keep your bed for sleeping. With that being said, that's the end of my advice. Can we just talk about it? All of this stuff, I did all of that for y'all. I just wanted to give y'all like a assessment of my semester and what I've learned. So for whoever is coming into their freshman year of college next year, or people who like might just want to listen to some advice, who are curious about college, see how it is, just like see what they can use their resources on. Like, I just wanted to target that specific audience because I wish I got told this stuff when I was going in, which, not saying that it's bad that I didn't, because I thrived my first semester. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm so thankful that I completed my semester the way that I did. I feel like I'm in a flow state right now, y'all. I just wanted to give that piece of advice because not a lot of people are talking about it, and this is the end of the semester. I feel like first semester is all about learning and observations, and now I know what I have to do to succeed for my next semester because I was able to experience, learn, and navigate myself and my environment, whom I'm around, my personal life. And now I know what I need to do for my second semester to thrive because I've focused on my routine and everything that I've talked about. Or like, even think about what you've learned and what you need to do for next semester so you can succeed in the aspect that you probably failed in for your first semester. Y'all, I've been talking for 3 hours. I did the podcast and I'm talking to y'all. My voice is tired. What we're gonna do is we're gonna end this off with a jam session. I'm at the end of my semester, and I'm finally finished right now. I'm done, y'all. I got one more day tomorrow, and then I'm done. And I'm glad y'all are with me. So y'all know, like, y'all know it's possible because God did. I'm so happy. I'm so happy that I'm done. One more song. Shooting this semester like. That ends off the video right here. Guys, happy Vlogmas. I really hope that y'all like my videos, y'all. I'm working real hard to get out the content that I know I would want to see from myself. And just let me know if y'all want to hear any other advice. Contact me on Instagram, TikTok. I will let y'all know. I can give you advice on that because I know some people are watching me that are going into college next year. I got y'all. I'm tired. Thank you guys so much for watching me, tuning in. I hope I was able to help. I love you guys so much. I got cute, my hair, I did my hair, all of that for you guys. And I'm going to sleep late because of y'all. And then I just talk about that. Now y'all influence me. Now y'all influence me in a bad way. JK. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys on Thursday, I believe. And yeah, tune in or tune out, because I'm tuned up when you tune down. I love you guys so much. I'll see you guys in the next video. Happy Vlogmas. Oh, guys, look, I also have Christmas nails. They're from Temu. Okay, bye-bye.